gonna give you the news for Monday morning. NFL training camps have started. They started on the 27th. So ironically, this year in training camps in the NFL, every team reported at the same time on the same day. Usually there's a little staggering there where some teams go this day within like a 3 to 5 game span. But this year they're doing something different and every team is reported on the same day. Popeye Jones has left the Sixers to go and coach with Chauncey Billups. I mean, not Chauncey Billups, but has left the Sixers to go and be another assistant on the Denver Nuggets coaching staff. Lamar Jackson, the Ravens QB, has tested positive for COVID. Don't really know how that's going to hinder the chances of the Ravens, but we will definitely, as always, keep our ear to the street and get more information as we get it and deliver it to you. Reggie Bush will not get his Heisman Trophy back after the NCAA decision. If you don't know anything about that, there's been a bill that has been passed, the NIL bill, for NCAA athletes, college athletes, who can now earn profit off of their name, image, and likeness, which I think is something that should have been available to them a long time ago, because a lot of those big time schools, if you see them, the guys have their names on the back of the jerseys and whatnot. They walk around campus and everybody's wearing their jerseys. They're being sold mainstream. And the only people that get any profit or any percentage of that is the school that they attend and the NCAA. So it's about time that they get some money from that. And in that, Reggie Bush was thinking that he could get his Heisman Trophy back, but there was some scandal there, Reggie. There was some investigation, so that's a loss. You're not getting that Heisman Trophy back. WNBA's Atlanta Dream, their interim coach steps down for whatever reason. It's been a little bit of a mess down there in the ATL for the Dream. Their first coach had got into some conversation, some dialogue that did not sit well. He was removed, and now their interim coach has departed. Chris Paul has partnered with the Basketball Hall of Fame for a 14 HBCU tournament. I think that's a great thing. I think it's going to bring some more prominence to the HBCUs other than Deion Sanders and his coaching staff. So I'm glad to see that the NBA and Chris Paul is taking part in that and trying to bring that to the forefront. There will be a documentary, if you all remember this, or some of you remember this, The Malice at the Palace, Indiana Pacers and the Detroit Pistons. A major brawl there. It's coming to Netflix on August the 10th. The Jackson Hayes Center for the Pelicans has been arrested after an altercation with police. I don't get what these dudes think. They get this money and they feel like they're invincible. They feel like they can argue with the police. Doesn't matter how much money you got or how much money you don't have. The police is for the police, you know, and there are laws. When you break the law, you get what's coming to you. Team USA has drawn Spain in their first game in the quarterfinals. We were talking a little bit about that, and that team is just, basically, you know. And if they win it, they win it. If they don't, I'm sure there are a lot of people that will not be surprised. Shout outs to Philadelphia's own Rasheed Wallace, who is reportedly close to joining Anthony Penny Hardaway's staff at the University of Memphis. Allen Iverson has joined with Walla Brand and Al Harrington to form an epic partnership. Not much has been released on that, but as I get more information, I will definitely bring that to you. Carson Wentz, the recently traded quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles, is out indefinitely with the foot injury. And people, you know what I always say, indefinitely, you know what that means. And if you don't, it basically means that they don't know the severity of the injury, and they don't really know how long he's going to be out. So we'll keep our eye to that. In the NBA, Kawhi Leonard and Chris Paul have both declined their player options, and they will become unrestricted free agents. Kawhi Leonard has done so to renegotiate and get a better deal with the LA Clippers, and I'm believing that Chris Paul will be doing the same thing to get a better deal with the Phoenix Suns. And the U.S. women's soccer team's run is over. They will miss the gold medal game after a 1-0 loss to Canada in the semifinals. I got some baseball scores for you real quick, and then we're going to jump into what we need to jump into on the meat of the show. The fall to the Nationals 5-6. The Phillies rout the Pirates 15-4. The Royals fall to the Blue Jays 5-1. The Tigers beat the Orioles 6-2. The Reds beat the Mets 7-1. The Yankees defeat the Marlins 3-1. The Brewers beat the Braves 2-1. The White Sox 2-1 as well over the Indians. The Cardinals defeat the Twins 7-3. The Mariners fall to the Rangers 4-3. The Astros fall to the Giants 5-3. The A's beat up on the Angels 8-3. The Rockies fall to the Padres 8-1. And the Dodgers beat up on the Diamondbacks 13-0. And the Red Sox, in the closer of last night's baseball, fall to the Rays 3-2. So there you have it, folks. That is your scores, your updates, and your news for Monday, August the 2nd, 2021. So we got some people in the building. And like I said, to everybody that's just tuned in, welcome to another installment of the Sports Rap Podcast right here on Heat 100 Radio, heat100radio.com. And again, we are live. So get over Sports Rap Podcast is the group page on Facebook. And if you comment, I have my system up so I will be able to read your comments on air. So in the building today, we've got another friend of the family who just walked in. I'm sitting here hating because he got my hat on today, so one of us gonna have to take this hat off. And, I'm just kidding. We got Ed Squeaky Bonaparte in the building. Nafear Charles is in the building. Quiet, the humble giant. He's looking at me all crazy, but I get that. He's been here before with us, and I understand he's a little him. Did some training this morning, so I understand where he's at in his mood. Mighty Mouse is in the building. Ivan Robinson.
Mighty Mouse?
Listen.
Mighty himself.
The mighty one himself is in the building. So he's chucking us. We're gonna go back. We're gonna call you Ivan.
Thank you, sir.
We're gonna go with Ivan. Alright. So we got some things coming up, and we got the gentleman here to talk about it. The Give Back, August the 14th.
That's my amateur show that I do every year. It's just giving back to the community, letting the world see the young amateurs that's coming through the city, through the world. And I just normally put a 15 to 20 bout classic event on for all the amateurs and the coaches in the city and throughout the world. And we have a good day, get it done, and keep it moving.
Absolutely. So when did this all begin? I know you said this is not your first time. So when did this all begin, and what was the driving force behind you bringing this type of event?
Well, the driving force with me is always looking to present young talent that comes through the city that a lot of people don't know, as of yourself, or I may not know, just being out on the airway, people say, well, this guy's good, that guy's great. I just get the opportunity to reach out to the coach, reach out to the USA Boxing, reach out to Jamil, and ask them, can I use their fighter on my show? And it's a display of talent, and 9 times out of 10 either they compete with somebody here in the city. But normally with me, I always try to use my research by getting people to come out of the city. Like I might get a Mark Johnson to come through. James Toney's supposed to come through this year, but James Toney all over the place, so I don't know what he's gonna do. I just get whoever I can, and I get a lot of local champions from here, like Buster Drayton, Charles Brewer, myself, the young and up and coming Stephen Fulton, Boots, Jerron Ennis. Just to come out and support, show the love for the city that I grew up in, and is in my neighborhood, which is Nicetown. So that's a neighborhood that's been real generous and lovable to me. So I try to give back.
Absolutely. So just now, people, if you hear what's going on, and like I just said, it's the give back, and we know the state of our city right now. This type of event, this give back, is definitely needed. We've all sitting here, we've all seen and heard what's going on in our city. And in my opinion, it's like it's super crazy. It's unnecessary. It's senseless. But people like us, I think, are the fuel that can turn this thing around. And it's going to take some work. We know that because we all live it. Ivan, Squeaky, we know what you guys, everybody that knows you see what you guys do now. But maybe not everybody knows that everything that's going on in all of these communities right now are the same communities that we all grew up in. So it's not like we are trying to step in and do some things because we feel like we need to do something. It's basically from the heart because this is what we had. And if we can make things better for the people that look up to us, the people that we're around, I think that's a great thing. So people, you heard it. I think, was it called the Battle Under the Bridge?
No,
No, that's not it.
no, it's just under the bridge.
Just
but
under the bridge.
right, and the boxing event is it's a mighty thing.
Yeah, it's a mighty thing. So tell us about that. It's a mighty thing. You know, I always, I see the post. I see you always in the gym. It's like we just joke with each other. We always working. I'm always doing something with a microphone in front of me or my phone, but social media, and you're always somewhere with some sweat and some gloves. So just talk about that. How does that make you feel, being able to be in the gym every day and working with the people that you are familiar with, and then with the new people that may be coming in?
Well, the whole point, I think, me becoming a coach is just, to reach out to the younger generation, to give them what I already have been through and done. And me, Wayne, my man Chris right here, my coach right here, he know, Squeak, and of course Nafear know. I'm not the type of guy to be, politicking about what I've done in the past. I mean, what I've done in the past is what I've done in the past. I really love that people know who I am and know what I do. But at the end of the day, my legacy is to help Nafear become world champion, to work with his dad, Chris, to help me make his son world champion. And with Squeak is just to, broaden the horizon, period. We want to, in the next summer sometime, we want to be able to take It's a Mighty Thing on the road to do shows in other cities with other up and coming, fighters. So like today, I'm glad that you brought me in because today is a real starting defining day, because today is the day that we open up camp for Nafear. He's fighting September the 17th in Tennessee, and he's getting ready to fight for another title at a different weight. So my mind has to be driven to working with him about what he needs to do. I got other fighters that I train.
Right.
I got other fighters that's going to be on my show August the 14th. I'm working with them. They set already. So now my mind focus is just to get Nafear where he needs to be. And I got to get in the fighter's mode. So I got to put him through what I went through to become champion. And it's not easy, because of the simple fact it's not hard, but it is kind of hard trying to give Nafear what I've gotten. And I just gotten to the point right now, I'm not discouraged about it. I'm happy about it. Nafear is champion. Nafear is where he needs to be. 8-0 now. So my thing is, he's on his way. I just got to implement what he needs to do from here on out. And I think that's not hard to do. I don't think it's going to be hard at all. And what I think that's really making it easy is that his dad is open to any and everything. He done even got open to the point that he let my dad come in and work with Nafear on certain things too. So at the end of the day, Nafear getting everything that he needs to get. People that knows the boxing game knows that Nafear is getting everything he needs to get, and it's gonna do nothing but show. I know he has some bumps and bruises as he go along, but that's the fight game. You're gonna have that. The best thing about it is that he's learning every day, and I'm glad to say that I'm part of his team.
Absolutely. So, Nafear,
Yeah.
we're gonna talk to you for a little bit. You just heard everything that Ivan just said. Tell the people a little bit about that journey, from, let's say, from the beginning up until now.
It's been a lot, really. Just ups and downs for the camps. Just getting through with each other, understanding the basis of what combinations need to go, what combinations, what come after, what jabs, punches, stuff like that. There's been a real switch around from my original style. I could do nothing but appreciate it. Not only from him but from his father. But yeah, like it's truly been a switch around, just moved me in a different direction than where I was originally going in, just rushing in forward with my head high and throwing any punches and see how long it'll take the dude to fall. Now it's more of a a boxing standpoint where I'm throwing specific shots, getting out of the way, throwing specific shots, dipping, moving, twirling, getting around them, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. So, like I said, phenomenal progress since we started with Ivan. So not gonna really put on it, but it's definitely gonna show more along the lines, more fights we get on.
Cool. So I just heard Ivan mention that you are a champion, so congratulations to that. And this is stuff that I already knew, people, because I stay in tune with my folks. Y'all know that. Y'all know I stay in tune with my folks. But let me just ask you, now preparing to fight in another weight class, just touch a little bit on that transition. Now I understand you just heard, we just heard you say, now you know what combinations to throw, when to throw this punch, when to throw that punch. So now moving into another weight class, how does that change, if so, and how has that change become for you? Was it difficult, or was it kind of a smooth transition, knowing what you've known prior to being at this point?
I'd say it was a smooth transition. We really had the basics already down. A lot of the stuff he was showing me wasn't nothing that I wasn't familiar with. It was just bringing it all together. So moving forward with like a bigger weight class, I really don't see any big deal with it. It was like a toss up, and we just took it. You know, we ran with the situation. I don't feel like it'll affect me at all, really. Most of the dudes when we spar, they've been a lot bigger, so all the way up from like middleweight, I would never really worry about it. But like, I know I would never get that high, but I know that what I'm prepared for, and I know who I can stand in there with, and I really don't see anybody at 140 really getting in my way.
Cool. So y'all hear that, folks? You hear the somewhat humbleness, but you also hear that note of confidence in his voice. And I think that's a great thing. I think that's part of the representation that he has backing him. And I wish you all the success. I wish you the best. I'm looking forward to you getting another championship. I'm not thinking of anything less. And like I said, I do my homework. I know my history. And like Ivan said, what he's done in the past is the past. But just knowing what he's done in the past is, I think, very beneficial. And it shows right now, like I said, the humbleness and the confidence in your voice and in your tone is very telling, it's very showing. So Ivan,
Yes, sir.
back to you real quick. We gonna knock out? Or we just gonna take everything as it comes? And you know I'm just messing with you when I say
I mean, and you know what? I've never, in my career, I never was a big puncher. I was a guy with great hand speed. My defense was great. I can make guys miss and all that. Nafear is just a different breed, you know. He go in there, he put guys to work. I mean, he go in there, he put his work in, and he get rid of guys, you know. And anybody that's been following his career or trained with him or been around him, you know, Nafear is strictly a body guy. He going straight to your body. I mean, you can hit him in the head all day. He gonna slip shot. I don't care. I don't care if the shot, if a guy puts his hands down and his head open. Nafear ain't gonna hit the joke in his head. He gonna hit him straight in his body. And you sitting there saying, well, dog, his head wide open. Why you ain't go to the body? Why you go to the body to the head? So he's definitely a transitional guy where he beats your body up first and then he goes to the head. Honestly, I want to say, won't he just get some points? I'm sick of him getting knockouts. You know, I want him to go ahead and just put the points on. But we take it any way we can get it. We see it. My job is just to direct him to go however hard he need to go. You know, his dad is right there with me. His coach, his conditioning coach, Rick, we ain't forget you, man. You definitely the driving point of the team. just go in there and do work. You know, I'm happy for if I had to go in there at the end of the first round and talk to him. I'm happy if his dad got to go in there at the end of the second round and talk to him. However the fight ends, I don't care. It don't make me no difference as long as we ain't coming out with no L.
Right. So I like that. I like that answer. It's a great answer. And just people that are tuned in, if you don't fully understand, and I hope I don't get jumped on with all these boxers in the building, but you sometimes have to understand that it's not always about a knockout.
Exactly.
There's more than, as the old cliche saying, there's more than one way to skin a cat. And like you just heard Ivan say, Nafear is a body puncher. People, if you don't understand, your body is attached to your legs.
Exactly.
And one of the things Ivan also mentioned, he's like, yo, well, dude got his hands down or whatever. It's a reason he's got his hands down.
Exactly.
And I think that goes into the knowledge and the precision of Nafear, and I'm sure he'll correct me if I'm wrong, where if I beat you up in the body, now I have a more clear advantage if I had one already. If not, I have an advantage because I'm going to be able to move. And like I said, people, if you don't understand, if you've never been in a boxing gym, if you've never played any sport, that you stand up and move around constantly. When your body gets beat, it's hard to stand up. It's hard to keep your hands up and protect yourself. So in a small way, you are giving your opponent the opportunity. In this instance, in a boxer, you're giving your opponent the opportunity to pick and choose where he wants to go and how he can methodically break you down. And from what I just heard, that's something that Nafear does in the ring.
Yes, sir.
It's just so humble. Like I'm impressed at his humbleness. And again, like I said, it's humble, but it's confidence. And I think that's something that a lot of young people that attend the boxing gym and the training program that Ivan has, you need to be in tune with this. You need to be aware of this and take note of this, because these are the types of things that will help propel you to the next level and beyond. You know, there's another old cliche saying nobody likes to show off. And I can sit here amongst boxing greats and boxers and say, we've seen some of the good ones who tended to show off or elected to show off a little bit, and it didn't work out well for them in the end. So you have to have that focus. You have to have that grind and that will. So Nafear, again for you, looking at this upcoming fight, do you think that you will bring anything from your previous fights into this fight? Or are you looking at this in its own right as, this is my next thing up, I'm focused here, and this is what I'm going to focus on. I'm not going to bring anything with me unless it absolutely has to come out, but I have a game plan that I'm going to stick with, that I'm going to work with, that I feel like can get me over this hump.
I think the game plan is really just looking completely different. That's really how we started camp so far. Just looking completely different. Nothing is old. Nothing is the same. It's all just rebuilding on what we have and making it 10 times stronger. So communication has gotten better. Formations got better. Movements got better. Powers got improved. Everything. So this whole agenda with this next fight is really just coming out as a completely different fight and not even looking the same.
So we got some other people in the building. You got Squeaky sitting right to my left. And you all people, you all know Squeaky. Definitely another friend of the family. Squeaky, what are your thoughts? How do you feel going into this fight?
I figure awesome team, man. Awesome team. I just found out sitting here that Ivan's dad is helping out. He can't lose. He's talented. He got a whole lot of power. He got his dad with him, which is awesome. He's completely humble, like you said, which leaves it open for learning. And for him to sit here and say he used his style to get him where he is now, and he's humble enough to let Ivan teach him and take him to the next step. that's all winning personality. You're gonna be fine, I promise you.
That's true.
I promise you.
Another great point for us, for you young people that are tuned in.
And it's the most I've ever heard him talk to.
Like I said, if you look at his face now, as we have our live feeds up, you look the look on his face. Again, it's a look of determination. You hear the chuckles amongst us as we are friends. So when we say stuff to each other, we're going to chuckle. And that's not saying that Nafear is not included, but I see the maturity, the focus, and I can tell that, like Squeaky just mentioned, he's open to learning, open to being tutored and proving that he can be that next one up. And it's looking like he is going to be that next one up. And like I said, the team that he has behind him, like you said, like I even mentioned, he doesn't care how it happens. He just wants it to be a victory. And I think that's a lot different, in my opinion, from other camps and other trainers, where some of them may be on the premise of, look, we gotta go hard, we gotta do this, we gotta do that, and you're kind of like a little aggressive in nature. This, I think, one of the things I think is beneficial is not taking it for the full extent, but it's a little bit more laid back. So there's a lot more comfort in everybody in relaying information and skill sets, and then also receiving. So it's like Nafear just said, it's like a smooth transition. Even though I'm changing some things, I'm moving up in weight, it's still that same upbringing and that same familiarity that I had before I got to this point. And again, I applaud you for your humbleness and your determination, and like I said, your open and your receptiveness, because I see it. Like I said, I haven't seen you in the gym or on the videos. I haven't seen you fight live, and I'm intending to do that. But aside from that, I see it now, just sitting here talking to you. And if people can't pick up on that, it's something wrong with them. It's a weird thing, and it's like almost like we talked about with Ben Simmons being the poster child or something. It's kind of like you could be the poster child for being receptive to what's being given to you, and it being different than what you were basically accustomed to when you start. So you think that's the
game plan? Yeah.
See that? See, listen, I'm trying to get more out of him,
You're not gonna get it. Now you
But
understand what we go through in training.
I see, but that's like Squeaky just said. That's a good thing.
Good trait.
Because it's a good trait. But like I said, I know the things that I'm saying, he's listening, and his responses are on point, somewhat brief, but they're on point. And as a professional, and I'm sure you can attest to this, as a professional, it doesn't get any better than that, where there's no hoopla, there's no show. This is me, and this is what you're going to get. I'm not putting on a show for the cameras, the microphones, or whoever. Whatever you ask me, I'm going to answer you, and this is my answer. You need to take it or leave it. And I think that's somewhat a lost art amongst a lot of professionals in other different sports, where sometimes when they do interviews and things, they feel like they have to sometimes say things that are allegedly politically correct.
Yes,
I
sir.
feel like being genuine and being yourself is more of a plus than wanting to be politically correct, so to speak. So Nafear, how do you feel about that? Just being yourself and giving your answers the way that you give them, and your humbleness and your determination.
It's been a lot of work. Yeah, I'd say it's been a lot of work. Just being in the spotlight a lot. I've been given a grace by God to be, receptive to all the opportunities given to me, and I can do nothing but thank Him for my ability to speak and just give inspiration to people around me. But like I said, it's been a lot of work. Just being in the spotlight a lot, being the voice for a lot of people that really don't get to speak out as often or get the opportunity. So like I said, I can do nothing but thank God for that.
Absolutely.
Probably I'd say probably like in the first upcoming months, it took me a while to really get into like the groove of talking to people, cause like I'm more of a get the work done and get out type of dude. I really don't stick around with too many hoopla unless it's like with the kids. You know, I always mess around with the kids because I always want them to, you know, look at me as somebody they can always come to when they need help with just small stuff, jabs. If they footwork not working out right, if they can't get past this workout, I do it with them. If small stuff that I've already been past, but I'd rather go back and do it again just to make sure that they getting that push that they need. So
Champion personality.
it's just
That's crazy. Cause I remember when he just won his title. When normally when I won my first title, I was happy. Jumped on my team. And this guy wins his title. He walking out the ring. I'm like, yo, dog, get your belt first.
Did y'all tell me y'all lost the belt? So you misplaced it. Nobody beat it. You misplaced it.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, Nafear is a great champion. I don't want to say kid because he passed that age now. He's a great young man to work with. It makes it easy for me. You know, some fighters they just don't get it. It take them a while to get it. This kid right here, he gets it and then he works on it. You know what I'm saying? He trains extra. You know what I'm saying? I train other fighters. He should be done and going home by now. He's still here in the gym. I had to tell him last week, like, camp start Monday. After you finish your workout, you train, go home. He is sitting in the gym for another 2 hours. For what? Why are you sitting in the gym? Okay, I understand you want to work with the kids, but your day is over with. Go home and relax, you know. So, you know, I'm really excited about this fight here because actually talking to his dad, I know him and his dad talk a lot, but I'm not sure if his dad told him. But this fight right here and this one right here is going to escalate him to, you know, being right there in the middle with them big names. So, you know, from here on out, it's definitely all business. It's all business for me. You know, also I got to give a shout out to Rick Ross. You know, the real Rick Ross, because he's helping Nafear do what he needs to do to get where he needs to get. So it's just a team effort, man. It's just a team effort, you know. And my partner Squeak, he help out when he can, if he can. You know what I'm saying? He's always around. So, hey, but I'm just happy, you know. And I appreciate you bringing us back on and talking with you again.
No problem. Like I said, always, man. Anytime, you know where I'm at. I'm always here every Monday. So let's talk a little bit more about the event on the 14th. You said you had how many bouts?
Well, I normally do 20 bouts, but this year I got cut to 10. So I'm trying to put as many good fighters on as I can. It's kind of hard because what happens is everybody always waits till the last minute. Then when you can't get them on, it's like, oh, Mighty, you didn't look out. And then, I'm kind of stranded this year. You know, I got 10 bouts. I got a lot of kids, a lot of coaches calling me want to put their kids on. I'm trying to put the best ones on that I can. But like I said, next year I really think that I'm going to expand. Me and Squeak, we talked about it. We're going to expand. We definitely going to do more bouts. I think I'm gonna just make it a whole day because I do it with the CDC. The CDC has been lovely. They have helped me for the last, I think it's like 10, 11 years that I've been working with them, and they have helped me, and they have given me what I needed as far as the fighters, you know, the press, the team, the guys, the fighters, whatever it is that I need, they always help me out with it. But I'm starting to expand, and I need to get it to where, you know, I need to get other countries to come in and you know, participate in what I'm doing to help me out. Like I said, I can always get, you know, former champions to come through. Some of them help out. You know, some of them just there for the love and the respect. So, you know, CDC has helped me. Nicetown, my little community has helped me. I just want to continue to keep going on because it starts with the kids. Like, it started with me when my dad took me in the gym when I was 5. You know, by 8, I was a well-known kid. So, you know, USA Boxing helped me from there on to get to where I needed to be, which was become world champion. So, I want to do the same thing for our youngsters. You know what I'm saying? I want them to be able to say on a pedigree too, like, well, you know, I fought in the Ivan Mighty Robinson and somebody thing, you know, boxing event in Philadelphia. So, you know, I just want to help the kids, man, and do what I can.
Absolutely. So that's all, August the 14th, the Give Back Festival,
Yes,
Nighttime
August
Park.
Start 12. Start at 12.
12 o'clock.
Starts at
August 14th.
12 p.m. That address is 4540 Germantown Avenue.
4540 Germantown Avenue.
And that's right in the Nicetown section, folks. Y'all know where it's at. You know Germantown Avenue. Right up the street from Germantown and Hunting Park.
Exactly.
Right up the street from Marcus Foster Stadium.
There it is.
Matter of fact, almost directly across the street from Marcus Foster Stadium. If you part of North Philly, part of that Erie Avenue, Hunting Park, Logan section, if you don't know where Marcus Foster is, you need to move. Right now. You just pack your stuff up. Matter of fact, don't even pack your stuff up, just move. Because if you don't know that area, then you don't know the hood that you live in. So moving on to the next thing. Got a special weekend coming up. Approximately just about 7 days from this Give Back event. August the 20th through the 22nd. Big weekend in Atlantic City. My guy here,
Yeah.
Ivan Robinson, will be inducted into the Atlantic City.
Oh man.
See, that's just why I don't like you, man. I
Yeah.
thought I was gonna get out of here
No.
without
No.
you saying
Look,
you're not getting
I
down
just
on that.
texted to say
We
something
definitely,
about that. Yeah.
definitely have to
Weekend,
mention that. Like I said,
Yeah.
you
First
family,
to the 23rd, man.
and I can't have you here and not mention it.
Yeah.
That's
right.
I'm proud of you, little dude. All them days I used to beat you up, man.
Yeah.
Listen, this just shows to all the people that are tuned in, all the people that are in the hood that know you. Perfect example.
Yep.
That you can do some major things
Mm-hmm.
if you put your mind to it.
Exactly.
And more importantly, taking a page out of Nafear's book, if you are open to it. I understand some of the kids, like Ivan just said, some of the guys that come in, either they get it, they don't get it, or it takes them a long time to get it. But seeing you in the forefront of all of this, it is a good benefit, it's a good stepping stone, it's a good tool for them to see someone that's from where they are from, someone that they can reach out and touch, someone that they can reach out and talk to that has done it and is getting his flowers and getting his accolades for it. So it just shows that you are who you say you are, a man of the community, a person that wants to give back and help out the youth, and it shows in everything that you're doing. So I congratulate you now for that accomplishment, which I think is a great accomplishment. And people, you tuned in, you see this face, you know who I'm talking to, so you know the accolades. But this type of honor, it's a Hall of Fame honor. If you don't truly understand that, that means it's history. I'm gonna say that again. History. And what that truly means is his name and his likeness will be talked about for generations.
Mm-hmm.
He will be looked at as a generational figure. And all from a person that comes from the same hood that you young people come from. Again, his event on the 14th is in Nicetown. He didn't try to take it to a bigger venue. He kept it in his hood, right where he is from. So that shows you even more the sincerity and the care that he has for the young people and his faith community. So again, I applaud you for all of that.
Thank you.
And you know, it's great, again, like you said, to have you guys back in here. And you know, I'm here anytime. You know, we talk social media anytime. You just gotta call me, shoot me a message, let me know whatever, and we'll definitely get things worked out. Nafear, again, wishing you all the best. Like I said, this is the second time that I've been able to speak with you. I do remember now, just like Squeaky mentioned, I've gotten a lot more out of you this time than we did the last time.
I was just getting ready to ask you
But
that.
that shows the growth, you know, and it's a great thing, and that's just progress.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just the progress, and again, the humbleness. But I feel like I made him feel comfortable. because from what they're saying, like Ivan just mentioned, he won his championship and he walked out the ring. So I feel like he's comfortable being here, talking to us and talking to me. So I applaud you and I'm thankful for that. Folks, 11:46, 46 minutes past the 11 a.m. hour. We're gonna take a quick break. When we come back, we're gonna get into some other stuff. We're gonna talk to these guys about some other things going on. We're gonna talk some other sports because me and Ivan always chit chat back and forth on social media. And a couple things that he asked me this morning about the Sixers, about the Eagles. Talk a little bit about that when we come back. And if you don't know, if you haven't been tuned in, Squeaky's here so he can back me up on this. You gotta get in touch with Simply Monica. You gotta get in touch with Squeaky. His name is on some of the posts. If you did not come out on July the 4th to Loon Shoes, it was a movie.
Around?
We don't know.
It was a movie.
I didn't really go out.
And coming up,
Wow. Yeah, MC
September the 5th,
we
got Nina Ross,
yeah,
we got Miss J.
Miss J,
Again, that nice town
MC Light.
factor coming in.
Mm-hmm.
And we got the incomparable MC Light. It's the Heat 100 Radio's anniversary. 7 years in the business. So shout outs to the boss lady, Simply Monica,
I like you, Monica.
has been doing a bang up job here at Heat 100 Radio. I was introduced to her a long time ago by a mutual friend, and I got here and I haven't left yet.
Yep.
The growth that I was allowed to encounter here, the tutelage that I received here, is one for the ages, and she always tells me that it shows. So I am forever thankful. And again, boss lady, I know you're tuned in. So again, folks, get your tickets. Check out Simply Monica 72, Heat 100 Radio on Instagram, Facebook to get your tickets. It's going to be something. Like I said, the first one was a movie, but this time around, it's the anniversary of Heat 100 Radio, so you know it's going to be something huge, something special. You are tuned in to Sports Rap right here on Heat 100 Radio. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk to these guys a little bit more. We're going to change this pitch up a little bit, but we will be back. See you on the other side in just a few minutes.
Yeah, I ain't tell you, we bring MC Light here with Nina Ross and whoever else Monica got. I can't remember what she got. Straight to back, straight there.